Happy Easter, everybody. It's Jaime Greene, the Solar Queen, and it's pretty late this evening, but I thought I would still come on live. I actually took a nap this afternoon after celebrating Easter with my family, and I actually traveled to Scottsdale, Arizona this last weekend for a really amazing 10X growth, not a growth conference, but a 10X 360 conference, and it was amazing. So of course, when I go to conferences, it's like all day long, all evening long. And I flew home last night so I could be the Easter bunny for my family this morning. So I hope you all are doing well. So Easter has been great for the kids. My youngest is almost 4. She's going to be 4 at the end of the month, or middle of the month, I suppose. And she was all about Easter, about the Easter bunny. She was all about the Easter egg hunt. So every year there's been a tradition where my kids and then my nephews, we get together at Nana's. What is up, Justin Benton? I feel like you should have been in Scottsdale this weekend with us. Got together with Doug Wing and Corey Kelvin and Cody Lewers and new friend Tamara Thompson, and you should have been there. Maybe next time. We got together for dinner in Scottsdale, which was amazingly beautiful and so extremely warm. I think maybe I need to move there. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It might get too hot in the summer, but anyways, hope you're doing well, Justin. Happy Easter to your family. What did you do for Easter with your kids today? I'm so curious to know. So we get together at my mother-in-law's house. We got together for probably the first time since all this COVID stuff has happened, and we did an Easter egg hunt. The kids always love it, and a little nice Easter basket and whatnot. You'll say, I'll see you in New Orleans. Yes, in June. We're going to be in New Orleans. Is it New Orleans? New Orleans. How do you say New Orleans? I think it's New Orleans in June for a mastermind event there with Jeffrey Gitomer and Joe Soto and everybody. So that's very exciting. So that was our Easter, but I was so tired. As soon as I got home, I had to take a nap. I just crashed for a few hours. So here we are a little bit later in the evening talking about Easter Sunday, Easter Solar Sunday. And guys, I wore fake eyelashes today, but I took them off. They look too ridiculous they look too ridiculous online. I can't do it. So on my shows. So we did a nice barbecue at my wife's folks with 2 Easter egg hunts. New Orleans. Here we go. New Orleans. Yes, that's right. Okay. See, I'm not from the South, but New Orleans. Yes. All right. Here we go. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about net metering and what exactly is net metering. Net metering is the way that the utility companies, it's an agreement that you set up with the utility companies when you go solar. So when you go solar, you'll get the panels put on your rooftop or on a ground mount. Say you have property and you don't want the panels on your rooftop. You would do a ground mount. Ground mounts are a little more expensive, but they are their own structure. It takes a little bit longer in terms of, the permitting process, the engineering and the structural engineering that goes into place for a ground mount, but it is definitely something that people do. I have one client friend that I actually met through the 10X growth, 10X community. Charles is his name. He's in the process of getting a ground mount installed in his property in North Edwards, California. So it's taking a little bit longer though, because there's a lot of structural things that have to happen. But it's definitely an option. But a lot of people opt to have the solar put on the rooftop. And then again, that's a structural thing too. So there's things that all go into solar installation because at the end of the day, it is a construction project. I didn't know if you know that, but that is what it is. It takes permits and it's a construction job. But when the solar is installed on your rooftop, you sign what's called a net energy metering agreement with your utility company. Some states have better net energy metering agreements than others. And what that means is when your solar system is activated and working, it's going to produce all your energy that you need for your home. Every day and night, something called net energy metering happens. So when your system is producing energy and you're not using it, like immediately in your house during the daytime, it's got to go somewhere. So it goes out to the grid. Your meter spins backwards. That smart meter that's installed on the side of your home, usually next to the garage, or on the other side of the house, wherever the power lines come into your home, either they're going to power lines or the main power feed is going to either come overhead to your home. Usually it's over by the garage or the side of the house. Hi, Doug. I think your ears were burning because I just mentioned that I got to meet up with you in Phoenix. And thank you so much for picking me up at the airport. I really appreciated that. So hi, Doug. Happy Easter to you. So the power lines will either come overhead and go into a stanchion and then come down the side of your house. There's like a pole, and then they'll come down and then feed into your main service panel. And near your main service panel is this round dial, and it's called your smart meter, and that tracks how many kilowatt hours that your house that's being fed into your house during the day or all day long. If you're not solar powered, the meter is tracking how many kilowatt hours you're using. Now, if it's underground, a lot of times the main feed will come underground and into your home. So there's two ways that the power comes to your home: above ground or underground, but all through the wire, the power lines. That smart meter is clocking or keeping track of your energy that you're using in your home on a daily basis. But when you have solar power during the daytime and you're not using that power, it's the solar the meter is spinning backwards and sending all the energy that your solar system is generating, and it's going to go out to the grid where it's going to be distributed to your neighbors, maybe local businesses, and the energy company is profiting off of it. So people think, gosh, how are these power companies how are they going to survive when so many people go solar? Well, the fact is not enough people have gone solar. I believe it's about 7% adoption rate in California alone, which is a small number. And the rest of the country is actually it's behind California. So about 3% adoption rate for solar currently, maybe a little bit higher because, more and more people are going solar. If you haven't noticed, you probably have noticed if you drive around the house, drive around your block or the neighborhoods. Don't be deceived, though. Some people might have it on the back of their house and it's not street front just because it's a better, maybe street front is north facing. And so we don't like to put solar panels on the north side for various reasons. There's special occasions that they will go on the north side, and that is all calculated, when it comes to solar production and your energy production and whatnot. But so solar power, the solar companies are profiting off of you as a homeowner that are generating energy with your solar systems. They sell the energy that your system is producing, but they're going to give you a net credit of a 1 kilowatt hour credit. Charles says, there will be one more in San Jose next week. Glad to see you guys. Yay, Charles. I'm so excited. Charles and his lovely wife have been extremely patient waiting for solar to be installed on their rooftop. So I'm so excited that it's happening next week. So happy Easter. I know Easter is a very important holiday to you, Charles. So happy Easter to you and your lovely wife. I hope you had a wonderful Easter celebration today. So going back to net metering, it is going to, the utility companies are going to profit off of it because they're going to sell the energy to your neighbors. Corey Calvin, happy Easter to you. I think you're still down in Scottsdale, I hope. I think it was really hot today, so I hope you stayed cool there. Yeah, Corey was at the 10X conference that I was at. It was just mind blowing. You can like follow Corey, and he gave some of his takeaways on his show this evening. I actually got to watch some. I think I watched all of it actually, and I have to agree with your takeaways, Corey. They were. I'm still. I think my mind is still like I'm still being a sponge, and I took a nap for 3 hours this afternoon because I was just my mind is needed that to let it absorb in. So I'm excited. Anyways, going back to net energy metering, the way that solar works is really net metering, net energy metering. So again, the utility company is going to profit from your excess energy that your solar system is producing, but fear not, because they're going to give you a kilowatt hour credit in your net energy metering account that they set up for you with your utility. It's if you get your bills online or if you get them in paper, you're going to start seeing your net energy metering account build up, hopefully with credits. And the goal of solar is to offset your energy consumption for the last 12 months historically. So 100 for 100% of your energy. That's why it's so important that's why when, if you work with me, I'm going to ask you questions about your house. I'm going to ask you questions about your the appliances in your home or future appliances or future electric vehicles that you're thinking of getting, so that we can make sure that you get enough solar energy built in to your system. Cheers all. Happy Easter. Thanks, Charles. My kids, I think, there are like 3 holidays that my kids get overloaded on sugar. Can you guess them? Put in the comments if you are watching and you can guess them. And there are 3 main holidays that they get super loaded on sugar. I don't like a ton of sugar with the kids, but there are 3 holidays that I just let them just splurge. Easter being one of them. So let me know by the in your comments if you know what the other 2 are. I'm sure they're pretty obvious, but so going back to net energy metering, they're going to give you a kilowatt hour credit for every extra energy or kilowatt hour that your solar system is produced. And so when your solar system is being built for your home, we're going to custom design it, and it's necessary to get that utility bill because it's telling us, it's going to tell me your habits or how much energy you use. Charles says, Halloween, Christmas, and Easter, ding, 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 you're the winner. Those are the holidays. I'm probably a bad mom though, because on Halloween they get so much candy, I start like throwing a little bit away every night because I don't want them eating all the sugar. Easter is different though. It's a little more it's a little more controlled and pared down. Okay, so the utility companies, again, they're profiting off your energy being generated by the sun. We're going to build your system out to cover at least your historical usage. I like to build out your solar system to have future plans within the year. Like, say you're like, oh, it's my 5-year plan to have a hot tub and get a Tesla and all that good stuff. A free solar system. That would maybe down the road, that might be an option down the road, Charles, like a huge contest or something. But yeah, free. You're gonna, as soon as your solar system is, I'm gonna help you though. I've learned some things. I'm gonna call you and your wife and talk to you about some other things that you guys can do to get your solar system for even get greater deductions on your solar system. So it'll feel a lot better than it'll be more exciting for you guys than just the 26% federal tax credit for going solar. So net energy metering, going back to this. So solar system, planning for the future. If it's a 5-year plan, we're not going to build it in right now. We're just going to get you to what you need and then some. So build in a cushion, like a 20% offset. 20% more energy. So if you use 10,000 kilowatt hours a year, I'm going to build you a system that's going to generate you 12,500 kilowatt hours or 12,000 kilowatt hours. And here's why. Net energy metering. The utility companies will give you a kilowatt hour credit most of our energy is produced during non-peak hours. But what happens is when we need to debit from those credits, it's like a bank account, like a digital bank account. You're going to debit, you're going to deposit, your meter's going to spin backwards. You're going to deposit these credits into your net energy metering account, but they're usually generated during non-peak hours, which is anytime before 4 p.m. for most utility companies. Once 4 p.m. happens until 9 p.m., it is called peak usage or peak time, peak hours. And those kilowatt hour credits are more, or if you're in the summertime, you're going to generate more of those during the summertime, obviously, because the sun's out longer, but those are only generated during the summertime. But when we use our energy, like right now, it's what time is it right now? It's like 8:18. So everything that I'm using right now is on peak kilowatt or peak hours, which is the most expensive time of the day for the energy. So therefore, when you're a solar customer, the utility company, you're debiting from your kilowatt hour credits at peak hour, value. So it's like like you put in a kilowatt hour, but they're going to debit you 15% more because it's just that much more, 15 to 20% more because it's that much more expensive. So it's not a true 1-to-1 ratio. It's like a 1 to like 0.85, 0.80 kilowatt hour like exchange. So that's why it's often important to oversize your solar system, especially if you don't get a backup battery. I'm not even going to talk about backup batteries today because it's a whole nother topic. Just going to talk about net energy metering and how that works. So every day your solar system, if it's not rainy or cloudy, or even on rainy days and cloudy days, you're still going to generate a little bit of energy. You're going to be putting in all these, even in the wintertime. So we're coming into spring. This is kind of how the bell curve works, right? So we're in springtime. Think of, I use my head. So here we go. Spring is like right here. It's about right here right now. Summertime's the top of my head, and that's when you're going to be producing massive amounts of energy. So we're in springtime. We just came out of winter when it's the least amount of energy that is generated. So you're really going to be operating at a deficit. But hopefully, if you get your solar now, get it installed now in the summertime, you can capture all of that beautiful solar energy that my smiley face represents. Because you're going to put it into your net energy metering account. You're going to debit from it during the winter, fall, winter, and springtime. I know I really need to get some charts and graphs and everything. But if you set up a solar appointment with me, I go over all this custom to you and your home. So if you're interested in solar, you know what to do. You can message me on Facebook or send me an email. So net energy metering is typically a 20-year agreement with your utility company. Every utility has a different net energy metering agreement. PG&E, SCE, California is typically a 20-year net energy metering agreement where if your solar system is interconnected to the grid and you generate more energy in a given day, you're going to deposit it into your net energy metering account. You're going to debit from it at nighttime. So from 4 to 9 p.m., you're going to be debiting. It's not a true 1-to-1 value or exchange. And so you oversize your solar system by 15 to 20% to offset that and to give you a little cushion or a buffer if your summers are extra hot and you want to run your air conditioning a little bit longer during the day. So then when you when the clock strikes 9 p.m., you're back to the 1-to-1 ratio. You're back to non-peak kilowatt hour exchange or 1-to-1 exchange. So that is net energy metering in a nutshell. I hope that this helped you understand truly how solar works. Because you can have solar on your rooftop, and if you're not tied to the grid or if you're not interconnected to the grid, all that excess energy is just wasted. It has nowhere to go, or it's going to go to the grid, and the utility company is going to profit off of your energy that you've overproduced. But you're not going to get the credit for it. So that's why it's really important to make sure when you get your solar installed, you do sign your NEM agreement, and any solar company that you're working with should be handling that for you. But I do know that there are some DIYers out there. That's a long, it's a longer process, a long process. I mean, you got to have everything lined up to be able to do that. You have to have your engineers, you have to have your electricians. It's a long process. When you go through and get solar, like with someone like myself, it's a quicker process. And when I say quick, I mean quick, because I had a customer sign up for solar. We signed a week and a half ago Wednesday, and they had their site survey on Thursday. Then they had the engineering drawings got submitted and permits were pulled the same day. So somehow our city here in Novato has fixed whatever they're doing, because it used to take a long time to get permits. So they're back to they got like an over same day approval for the permitting, so that we went ahead and installed the solar on the rooftop, and it was literally 7 days after they signed. So the solar is on the rooftop, but if it doesn't get interconnected, and their if the inverter was left on, which we don't do, we leave the inverters turned off for safe because of PG&E. And so if it was left on, they would be solar powered, but they wouldn't get any of the credits. So and they still need it. Their system's not even tied in yet, because they need a main panel upgrade, and that's going to be happening at a later date, hopefully soon. And as soon as that main panel is upgraded, then we're going to tie the solar into it so that they can be interconnected with the utility company. So that's net metering. But if they didn't have that, then they would just be wasting all that energy. It would still be going out to the grid. They just wouldn't be getting credits for it that they could use at a later time. So interconnection is really important with your utility company. People have this fantasy of going solar and living off the grid with backup batteries, and it's still really, really hard to do that. You still can't. Getting solar and a backup battery is as close to living off the grid as you're going to possibly get, especially within a city limit. So that is my show today, guys. I hope that you had a wonderful Easter with your family and friends, and you have a wonderful, wonderful week. My birthday is coming up. My birthday's on Thursday. So I don't know if that's public on Facebook. I think I may have, I don't even know, but my birthday's on Thursday. So if you want to say happy birthday to me, feel free to, but I don't think it's on there. But my birthday's this weekend. I'm really excited. And I think it's going to be a sunny week. So I'm happy to help you guys learn more about solar for your home. If you're interested, again, send me a message, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you guys. But have a great, Justin says happy early birthday. Yeah, I know, I'm excited. I don't know why I think because every year my birthday marks like, what am I going to accomplish in this year? So I've got my eyes set on some really big goals, just like you probably, Justin, but I don't know. I'm just excited because it's just a nice, I guess instead of New Year's, I'm not so good with the New Year thing and I do set my goals for the New Year's, but birthdays are different. I like to look back and go, what did I accomplish in that year? So I'm going to be 42, which is crazy. Thank you, Charles. Cheers to you too. I will, I'm going to send you a message, and I want to find out when. I don't know exactly what your installation date is. So I'll have to find out and check in with you. But I have some more information to share with you and your wife about your solar system costs. So it's very good. All right, guys, take care. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. We'll see you next week. Bye.